Welcome to mission 24 of my IL2 campaign. You may be asking what happened to mission 23. I tried to record mission 23. It was my first mission flown in 1440p. Unfortunately, none of the audio came through, so we will be skipping mission 23 and moving straight on to 24, which is an escort mission. We are escorting up to the northwest of Novorossiysk and then back to the famous departure point that we've used many times before. So, let's get on with it. Okay, I'm in cockpit here just waiting for bombers to show up. We've got a few friendlies in front of us. And the sky just did something very weird there. There was a sudden change from one sky color to another. Flares going all over the place. Everybody's deciding to shoot flares off in all directions. And I think I see the bombers. Yes, I do. I've got sight of them just in between two clouds. So I guess we can expect these guys to get airborne pretty soon here. Open up the prop. Go full fine there. Get this radiator nice and open. We'll keep the engine cool if we can. And I really think we should be getting ourselves airborne now, gentlemen. Green flare. Away they go. Right. Away we go too then. Come on, mate. Let's get airborne. No need to dilly. Right. Slam the throttle forward. Half a press of left rudder and away we go. It is incredibly easy to get these aircraft airborne. Bit of upstick there. Smash the gear and away we go. There are the bombers. Up ahead, well up above pretty much now. Lead aircraft is turning left, so I'm going to do the same. Very easy to get left behind. These AI fly fast. Okay, where are you going now? I'll just set out to his right. Going flat out here. So I had a little discussion with a couple of people offline about why I don't use the map while I'm flying in this campaign, and the reason I don't use the map is because I don't want to know exactly where I am with the aid of icons. So I'm going to check the map now just to see if there are in fact icons. And yes, there are. I have an icon showing on the map showing me where I am. So that is why I will not be referring to the map at all during these sorties. It's because I don't want to see that icon. I am on the highest difficulty setting, so I can't turn the difficulty up anymore unless people know of a way of getting rid of that. Maybe if I get rid of the HUD. GUI hidden. Now let's try. Nope, even with the GUI turned off I still get an icon on the map. I really don't like that, so I will not be referring to the map at all for that reason. So let's drop back to about 95% or 90% throttle and prop. I do have the icons Not the icons, I do have the HUD showing just what I'm moving my engine settings to. Partly because it's incredibly difficult to see some of these gauges. So I'm currently getting around 70 frames per second, which isn't too bad. My screen has a 75 refresh rate, so I don't need any more than 75, and when it's below 75 you get a tiny bit of stuttering as VSync tries to, hello, contacts up ahead, as VSync tries to do its thing. I do have the adaptive VSync on, so it should only kick in when it's needed. Still not an ideal solution. Okay, I'm not sure what these things are. They are circling around in front of the bombers here, so I'm just going to tighten up a fraction. Go full throttle here. Got some fire coming up down on the ground. I think that's just ground versus ground. I'm going to close my radiators as well down to about 60%. Okay, here we go. They're not engaging though. Are they friendly? Yeah, they look friendly. They are. Okay. No reason to get excited. Said the Joker to the thief. We're going to just hang about above these bombers now. Getting a lot of frame tearing actually now. What's my frame rate at? Hovering around just below my screen refresh rate. There's that flicking that we've seen in previous flights. Sometimes some of the graphics problems with IL2 can be quite distracting. A lot of radio chatter, but I'm not seeing anything intercepting the bombers. They seem to be just flying along quite merrily, and the fighter escort's still wheeling and rolling around overhead. I will push over and just get a bit closer again. Now I've got the radio back, the radio voices. I've turned all the voices back on. Well, I've re-downloaded the voice files. Still find it, well, I'd be interested to know whether Russian players can actually understand those voices. The audio files are heavily processed to try and give them some sort of old radio sound, and I wonder how clear those transmissions are. I obviously can't understand them because I don't speak Russian, but I wonder for those who do, whether they can actually understand what they're saying. IL2 used to be a bit like that, the old Cliffs of Dover. The original audio files for the radios were so overly processed, it was almost impossible to hear what the guy was saying. The English, oh, there go some bombs. These guys will be turning now, I would expect. Yep, there we go. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Okay. Which way are they turning? Oh, hello. Splash. Snap, crackle, and pop downstairs. Looks like we've got a right-hand turn from the bombers, so I'm going to turn this much, and then I'm going to left wing down and go the other way. They'll be heading back to that waypoint. Waypoint X. The mysterious universal waypoint. They're certainly having some good old-fashioned chats on the radio, these guys. That's a nice view. The bombers still finding their formation again after the turn. This is when they're most vulnerable. Just as they're making their turn for home and this formation spreads out, bit of chaos. Pilots are busy trying to pick up the new heading. The crews can't see very well because the horizon's swinging around. Good time for some interceptors to drop in. But not today. They are taking their time shaking out their formation here. I think the leader's probably going quite quick, and all his little ducklings behind him are paddling away like mad to try and catch up. Say hello to the mother duck. Okay, they are squeezing up again now. So, no interception on approach and departure from the target. Just a matter of now holding out until we get to our final waypoint, and then we can say goodbye. I just saw a dot. Probably a ground object. There's some ground fire coming up from down there. Oh, aircraft. Over there. Low. Flying straight towards us, but way too low. don't really want to give up my altitude for that. I will just speed up a bit though, in case there's any more about. Doesn't look like it. This is actually quite a nice spot to escort from. I've got a good view with the silhouetted bombers because the sun's on the other side of them. It's very easy to track them from here. Still got all 9 in a little group. The leader's just out in front slightly. No more sign of that aircraft. Although there is still some fire down there. Oh yeah, there's actually aircraft doing some sort of strafing attack. What is that? Now, is he climbing up underneath the bombers? There's an aircraft down below the bombers, but I think he's much too low for us to be concerned with. I'll run, if I look to investigate, I'll find out he's a friendly, and then I'll have left the bombers behind, so I'm going to stay upstairs and do the job of protecting these chaps, even if it means we don't get any contact. Just going to stick with the job that I've been tasked with doing. Flares behind now. Friendlies. Very good. Mission objective completed. We are home and hosed. So the bombers will now start their descent. We can now depart. We've done our job. So there we go. A rather uneventful mission, actually. Bombers are all dropping below the cloud. I can no longer see them. I can see my guys up ahead starting to return to base. They are all below me down here. My goodness, they're going fast. Assigned objective complete. Very well. What was that? Don't know if that's one of my guys. Oh, hello. There's actually a few aircraft down here. I think it's my chaps, but I'm going to go just drop down to investigate. Because there was that ground fire before down here. There's actually quite a few aircraft around. I think it's just my chaps heading home. I can see them over there now. Am I taking fire? Contact. Just been bounced. By 2 109s. Just going to go into an upward spiral here. One of them's down there below me. I'm going to try and nail the number 2 here. No, I'm going to try and stay with the higher one. Whichever goes higher here. Okay, so they're switching positions. They're just staying in this left-hand turn. Just keeping me in an advantageous position. Got one that's low underneath here, my 10 low. I'm going to try and slide down onto him. That's a good position. Now let's hope he doesn't just drag it out so his mate can catch up to me. Okay, he's not going to survive much longer. Where is his mate? There. Okay, I don't know why his mate's flying inverted. He's down on the... Just lost sight of him when I looked back there. Okay, let's drop down. Maybe he'll climb up in front of me. There he is. Over there. He's climbing away. I'm gonna just check 6 again. His mate, his burning mate, is trying to catch me, but doesn't really have the airframe for it with whatever it is pouring out the back. I'm gonna roll over the top of this guy here and roll down onto this guy. Don't know if they came from above and dropped down on me. I'm not sure how this little attack developed, but I saw the tracer fire and he's been touched by an angel. Come on. Keep flying, keep flying. Pieces. I will call that a victory. Bail out, mate, bail out. Oh dear. He's bought it. So, a little bit of a surprise package on the way home there. So, congratulations to those who stuck with the video until the end. You got your reward. two 109s. And I am going to vector back to my home because I do not want to run into any more of these. Well, I do actually. I do want to run into some more. If they're as easy as those two were. I'll have the whole Luftwaffe, please. I'm way out of trim. The ball was way off to the right. Oh dear. What's this? Flak burst. I would be delighted to come across a formation of German twin engines just merrily making their way home. It's happened once before at about this location. I was on ITB and there was a formation just idling by. I got rather stuck in on that occasion, but that's not going to happen today by the looks of things. Nothing happening over there. Well, I'm glad we got something to shoot at in the end. Time to start bringing this aircraft down to a more suitable approach speed. Still out of trim. Actually, I don't mind being out of trim here because I'm happy to slow down. Handful of 109s over the base would be good right now. Aircraft on the runway and in the pattern, so it looks like my friendlies have all made it back. So those 109s were just for me, just my little present. Popping out over the water at about 350, we'll turn left. I'm just going to throttle back to start with, chuck some lights on. 300. There's an aircraft with no lights over there. Does look a little suspicious, but he's not doing anything aggressive. And it's a friendly. He's not in the circuit. Okay, I've dropped off enough altitude so I can throttle up again. 2 aircraft ahead on final approach. Me a bit further back. Just being a cheeky bugger and sliding into the circuit unannounced. One's waving off. Landing gear down. Flaps down, and we are fast, which is good. I'll convert that into other things. I'm just trying to get an idea of where this guy's landing. He's going straight down the guts, so I think I'll try and come out to the left. Okay, now I can settle into a landing approach on the left-hand side. Little bit rough, a little bit bumpy, but it's wartime. And I've got a couple of victories I need to deposit at the bank. Okay, let's get off the runway proper here, just over the perimeter track. There is a little inside track that runs just up here. I normally use this as my marker for the edge of the active part of the field, so I cross that. I'm calling that the flight line, basically. So there we go. We'll slide over here, open that up, and we'll turn everything off. Listen to the birds. Very well indeed. Let's close this mission down. There are the 2 victories that we took with us today. We'll finish this, and we'll catch up on what happened with the rest of the squadron. I'm hoping everybody survived that mission. It looked like there were quite a few guys in the circuit and landing and whatnot when we got home, so I'm pretty confident that the entire lot made it back. There's my 2 little bonuses, 2 little ponies, and everybody's home. Very, very good. Deputy Commander. I'm really looking forward to being appointed squadron leader, because I'd like to be a bit more responsible for how we're flying as a group. But that was that. Mission 24 complete. Just about to come up to the 25th mission, which is a bit of a milestone. So, if you're interested, keep watching.